Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey,
Yeah, dude. That's what the whole point.
I've learned one thing: not to smoke too much weed before a fucking interview, because I got asked one time. They were like, "What's some artists you want to start working with?" And I was just like, I don't even know. I was like, not even.
Well, people watch this podcast not realizing it's called Bucked Up. Like the whole point of this podcast in the beginning was me just getting stoned with people and talking.
Getting fucked
And then
up.
like people started actually watching it and like wanting me to do more serious interviews. But I continue to just keep getting stoned.
Yeah, let's get it. Fuck it. We'll see where it brings us.
I had to pull up to your studio. I'm excited to be here, man.
Yeah,
Thank
we out
you.
here, man. We out here.
It's how the universe works.
Yeah, the universe works in weird ways.
You hit me up
Sure.
right when I was about to hit you up because you just had some big ass.
I
news come
just
out.
had to share the story, so the vinyl that I just dropped kind of makes more sense and resonates with the people more.
Yeah, so you just dropped a 2-song EP.
Yep, Hall and Nash joint and a Benny joint.
Yeah, Conway, West, and
Yeah.
Benny. Seppington did the art.
Yeah, he did. Shout out to Sep.
How'd that all come together?
Shit, man. A while back, I saw how they were building the Griselda, and it was different, man. It was like it resonated different. I haven't seen some shows like that in a minute, and I was just like, you know what? Let me invest some money, and I hollered at Wes, and we worked some shit out, and he was like, I was still trying to haggle him too. I was like, God, can I get like one more track for this price? He's like, yo, listen, man. Some shit's about to happen that I can't even talk about, but just know that you're never going to see this price again. And I know at that moment, like, I think Rock Nation was kind of looking at him. So I thought there was going to be that. Then like a week later, I pulled the trigger, but then like a week later, the whole shady shit went down. And I was like, holy shit. Damn. I'm like, all right, it's time to, rebrand. Because at the moment I told him, I'm rebranding my name. So this might take like, a year or two for me to put out. Is that cool? He's like, yeah, it's cool. But the shit just progressed from there. Just got like, it's like I invested into like an Amazon or Tesla stock back when it was like,
Yeah.
and the shit just blew up. And I was like, holy fuck.
Why did you sit on it for so long?
Like I said, I was in the middle of rebranding. And so I wanted to put some more work in, some more groundwork in, like I dropped some SDNAC excellence, just working with crime, working with the homies Primo, Arlex, just putting in the more, groundwork.
Yeah, but you always had that. Like
I had that, and then like throughout the way, I linked up with Benny. I got some tracks off of Benny, and then from there, I was ready, but just life kind of put me back a little bit. My brother passed away, so that kind of took like 2 years off of my time to kind of recoup.
Did you stop making music?
No, you know what? I pushed harder, and I think that's what kind of made me feel like, exhausted sometimes, because I didn't really take out the time to deal with those issues. You know what I'm saying? I just kept working,
Yeah.
But
and then it finally catches up.
Yeah, finally, but a couple trips to Colombia fixes that shit, and I'm back.
Why was right now the time? You were telling me. Do you want to give the full story? Because we were talking about it a little bit.
Let's run it through. So recently, my man 1,000 Words just threw on that show, The Cookout.
Shout out 1,000 Words.
Yeah, that's the homie right there. So he threw that show, and it did really well. Wes came out, and like 2 days later, I was in the studio, just doing some work, and I started thinking like some ideas, because I like the shit that he was doing with the OBI strips. So I was like, yo, I want to like try to incorporate your pictures and the OBI stuff that I have at Westside. And he hits me back, and he's like, driving to Buffalo, and I'm just like, what? It's like fucking 10:30 at night, bro. Tells me a little bit about what's going on. I said, fuck, all right, let me fucking rearrange some shit. Let me see if I can do it.
The shit in Buffalo was Wes bought out the first 2 rows at 8.
Yeah, he just wanted, I think he just wanted 1,000 to come out and build with them. I think they had some stuff to talk about. 1,000's doing some great shit, so that man works hard, so it doesn't go unnoticed. So boom, I make shit work. We go out there, We go to the whole AEW wrestling stuff. That shit was real
He
dope.
performs.
Yeah, he performs. You know, like I had no idea what I was even to expect. I hooked it up with some hoodies that no one else has in the world, but the people that went there. From the man himself. Like it doesn't get no better than that.
Yeah.
That shit was unreal at that moment already. So,
And did Wes know who you were at this point?
I doubt it, man. This man is, he's big now. He took off. I've seen him a couple times throughout those years. I remember he came to Boston, did a show, and I was like,
But at the event, he didn't know.
nah, probably not. Most likely, I'm not gonna lie. But when he was in Boston, I made sure I checked back up with him. That was like,
Right, but I'm just saying that for the point of the story.
Yeah,
If
of
he didn't
course.
know who you
Nah, he
were,
didn't know who I was.
and then you were.
I was just with 1,000 at that point.
Yeah.
Like for all he knows, I was just his homie that gave him a ride out there.
Mhm.
So boom, we do that, and we're walking back to the whip after the wrestling shit. So, I was like, let me grab a flick with you real quick, and just to get some small talk in there real quick. It wasn't even about the picture. I can care less.
Yeah.
But boom, got the picture, and that's not the picture that I posted. This picture I'm talking about is on the back of the OBI that I have. But anyways, I mentioned to him, yo, I did some tracks with you back in the day. I'm just out here out of respect to make sure I'm still good with releasing them. I know the last time I spoke to you in Boston, you said it was good, but that was like 2 years ago. So, and I'm like, it's a Hall and Nash joint. And he's like, oh, word? He's like, a Hall and Nash joint? He's like, I gotta hear that. I'll be in the studio all day tomorrow. I was like, all right, cool, fuck. I was only gonna stay the night, but just gotta stay out another night.
Yeah. So you spent the extra day.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely spent the extra day. So then next day, me and 1,000 just rolling around, getting his pitches of Claire, East Side Flip,
Yeah.
waiting on that call for Wes to go to the studio. We get to the studio, and we're there all fucking day, bro. He's working on the Armani Caesar stuff, so there's no real good time to be like, hey, you want to hear those tracks? You got to be patient. You got to wait your turn. And, shit, like 3:00, 4 in the morning, I'm still there. And you finally get the chance to play the tracks. So I play the tracks. I play all 4 joints that I have. And he just looks at me and goes, who the fuck is this man right here? He goes, so someone pat him down right now. And I start laughing. And he's like, I don't know, man. He goes, actually, you know what? Play those 2 joints again. The Holland Nash and Benny joint. So I'm like, all right, cool. I play them joints. And they finish. And he's like, I don't know, man. These are kind of old. He's like, I don't know what I can do. I'm like, I know, bro. That's why I'm out here out of respect. I want to go through the proper channels. He's like, all right. Yeah, we're going to flip a coin. I'm like, what? Tell me I just drive 7 hours and the amount of money I invested a couple years to have everything fall on a fucking coin toss, bro. I'm like, what? I'm like, bro, come on, don't do that to me, bro. I'm trying to change my life. He's dead ass serious. He's dead ass serious.
A coin.
Yeah, right? So he flips it. His man's like, yo, call it in there. I'm like, yo, tails never fails, right? Yo, that fucking coin, it was an up and down drop. That shit dropped, spun,
Your heart
spun, rolled to the leg of the chair, hit the leg of the chair, spun again. When that shit happened, I'm like, yo, I'm fucked. Boom, heads. I lost. I'm sitting there now thinking like, fuck, bro. Like,
yeah,
I'm still doing my thing on the side. You know what I'm saying? I run with Matega. All that shit's all, that shit's steady. But this is something I've been wanting to draw for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So
it's history.
Yeah. For it to not really go planned, it was like, damn, this sucks.
Yeah. Over a coin toss too.
That's a fact. But, now he's sitting there and I'm like, damn. I'm like, what can we do? How can we make this work? Talk to me. I'm here, and he's like, you can't release these on any streaming because, my legal goons will come after you and there's nothing I can do. Okay. He's like, but if I was you, and he's got like a 15-second pause. If I was you, I'm fucking sitting there on the edge of my seat, like, come on, bro. Like,
and I know exactly how he's paused for
Yeah,
15 seconds.
So fucking, he says it again. If I was you, but I'm not you, and I'm still sitting there like, dog, what the fuck? He's like, you're gonna take those 2 tracks off, use the Hall and Nash, use the Benny. That's side A, that's side B. He's like, you can only release this if you got some fire art too. Like, okay, like who do you recommend? He's like, since the tracks are so old, it's got to be someone, you know what I'm saying? That makes sense. Okay, it's perfect. Like who? He drops, Sep's name, a couple others. And I'm like, yo, I already had some stuff a minute ago done by Sep. But I was only going to do like prints. I was going to use it for album cover anymore.
For that
for that same stuff, I had that same stuff. So I wasn't going to use it because it kind of got outdated. But, when he explained the whole situation of how the tracks were in that point in time, it only makes sense. So I showed him the art and he goes, that's fire. That's it right there. And I showed him some other art that I have that I'm using for like the inner sleeve, like on some designer stuff. Usually it's white or black.
Yeah.
This is more of a printed, So once he saw that, I think he was like, all right, this dude's serious. So then he tells me to get up. I said, yo, get up. We're going to take a picture right now. I get up. I go like the corner. He's like, no, we got to sit in front of the board. I was like, oh, shit. That's like the cosign. You know what I'm saying? Like that's that real shit.
And he asked you.
Yeah, that's so that's why, you know what I'm saying? Like most people might look at that picture and say, oh, this dude asked for a picture and he's writing all, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not the case, man. He told me to get up and take this picture.
And you lost the coin flip.
And so he still gave me the blessings to, do what I need to do with these 2 tracks. And take the picture and he's like, you're gonna post this tomorrow. You're gonna say something like this. The next day, you're gonna post the art. He goes, on Tuesday, you're gonna leak the songs on YouTube and SoundCloud only. On Wednesday, you're gonna put up the pre-order. You do that, then I'll know you're serious. I did that shit to the fucking T. You kidding me? He's like, and you do that, all I want in return is a Christmas present. I'm still like, what the fuck do I give a guy that's got everything? You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy's got a Lamborghini.
Give him a quarter.
Oh my damn! But I got a few good ideas. So come Christmas time, you know what I'm saying? It's just about building, man. I think he just saw the respect I have for him. At one point he did call. He's like, yo, you a G.
That is a crazy story.
He's like, yo, you are a G for coming at me this way, and I'll never block anyone's blessings. He's a real humble man.
What was about the other 2 songs?
He said they were dope, but he just said, yo, these 2 songs are bangers.
And they are. Both
he's
of them.
He's like, you're gonna hit him over the
crazy.
head with these. There was maybe like, I'm not gonna say which one, but there was maybe like a filler in there, But I had to have a dope ass intro that I started to play, but I cut off because I was just trying to sneak in more like playtime.
Yeah.
But he asked to hit the Benny joint. So I remember one of my mans was there and he kind of gave me the eye, like, what are you doing, bro? Play the Benny. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't have to say it. I just saw it in his eye. I was like, shit. So
how much did you pay?
I mean, I can't disclose that. Yeah.
Even this far into the future.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, I can't,
I understand.
I can't just, that's business, man. I can't.
I feel you.
That's just, it's not a good look.
I understand, but I'm thinking that is crazy that you
just
got 4 tracks.
Yeah, just know that,
and that you never released them.
What I paid for. Yeah, I was just, I mean, I wasn't really waiting. It was just, life, me rebranding. I didn't want to drop these tracks and have this new producing name. People are like, who the hell's this dude?
What was your name beforehand?
Oh shit, I don't know. I don't think I can disclose that either.
You're a very secretive dude. You got the mask on.
I'm a private person, man. I rock this mask because sometimes I like to hit up some hip hop events and just be a fan, man. Just not talk music or get haggled by rappers about beats.
Yeah.
I'm there to enjoy. I still got love for this shit.
Did you think Wes was going to bless you with it? Like, what did you think the outcome was going to be?
I don't know, man, because I remember throughout that whole studio session, he was talking a lot, and he was one of the things he was saying. He never tries to block anyone's blessings, and he said that again after the whole thing went down. But that crossed my mind at that moment when I lost that. Like, hopefully, he still doesn't block my blessings, and he didn't. That dude's a good man. I needed to get that shit off the shoulders. I'm ready to kind of move forward on that now.
Yeah, because I feel like that is a big weight.
Yeah, it definitely
Off
is. I
your
mean, I
chest.
have so much music coming out. I got some stuff with ST Knack. That's the homie. I've known him for years. We got, a little group project with the Montega boys that's coming out
Yeah, I want
soon.
to talk about all that, but I do want to know why you're so secretive.
Shit, because I fuck a lot of people's moms. I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you.
You don't want a bunch of angry young teenagers knocking down the door at your studio.
No, like I said, I just like to keep it private, man. I like to just enjoy my time as a human being and not be harassed by people. It's like I do this shit for a living. So sometimes I just want to, sit back and drink a beer and just fucking talk about other stuff.
I agree, but I don't think a lot of people have that mentality.
No,
A
of
lot of
course
people
not. They
want
think that, and
they want their work to be able to prove
yes
to them that they're worth it in society.
I went to AI. It was like a music college in Brookline, and I had a professor there, and he told me this one story about like, most celebrities they don't want to talk about what they do, and he realized that because he saw this dude Elvis Costello in Barnes and Noble, and he went over there talking to him about books or something. The guy talking to him for like 25 minutes straight, and then he brings up a little bit of music, and then he was like, answers them, and he's like, "All right, I'm out of here." As soon as the music got brought up, he dipped.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Well, I agree. I think that's why this podcast caught on, not to like speak for myself, but like I'm not a music journalist. I don't know anything about music other than I enjoy the energy that songs give off, or I don't enjoy the energy that other songs give off.
yeah,
I just want to have a conversation. Like Conway thanked me after our podcast. He goes, "Thank you for not asking me about Kanye."
exactly.
It's like I don't want to hear like
That's how many times they get asked that. It's like, come on, man. It's like it's only so many times they can talk about it.
But it's different for you because you just want your music to be completely separate from who you are.
I mean, yeah, so to speak, yeah.
Do you think it's because it speaks for itself? Do you not think about it? Like
I just create, man. I'm not like I was telling you guys earlier. I'm not really too big on the technical aspect of stuff. Like I would like if I could just create and make beats, but
you went to school for it, which is funny.
yeah, that's more or less just not making beats, more or less just recording, engineering. So that got me, to the point where I wouldn't be afraid to go sit next to behind a board. I would know how to signal flow and.
Did you always know this is what you wanted to?
No, that's another funny story. In high school, I would make mixtapes for the fun of it. I would always buy all the mixtapes because that was the mixtape era. So I'd have all the mixtapes, and I would, pick out the best songs. Sometimes throw instrumentals with some acapellas over them. They probably were offbeat. You know what I'm saying? Like stupid shit, but I had a homie that, I gave it to, and he was like, "Yo, this is one of the best mixtapes I've ever heard in my life, bro." He's like, "You got an ear for music. You should go to school." I was like, "Yeah, whatever, bro." Like, didn't think nothing of it. But like that following year, he died. And that was one of my close homies. So, high school's graduating. And, my mom was like, "What do you want to do?" And I was only shit that was coming in my mail was from the school that I was checking out in high school with him on the computers, at the end of the year, when the teachers let you fucking fuck around, do whatever.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing. And shit brought me here, man. It's beautiful because you get to travel all over the country, go to Colombia all the time. They got mad love for hip hop and us out there.
That's so your friend that's crazy that your friend said that to you, and it just kind of like that one like affirmation.
Yeah, that's like I said, it goes back to the universe, bro. There's a lot of weird shit. You just gotta follow it.
But you were saying that you were just going to school for recording and stuff.
Yeah, but also, it wasn't for that. It was learn
When
how to
did you
make
start
beats.
producing?
Yeah, it's just same time with the school. I was meeting kids that, that trying to do the same thing, be producers and just fucking, try to
You get out of
go after
school
that
and what do you
dream.
start doing?
I graduated there and I just continued doing construction my whole life. That's what I've been doing. And at one point, shit started kind of taking off and I just said, fuck this work shit. Let me just put it all in my music. And it's been paying off ever since.
You have a very delicate sound, and I want you to take that as a compliment. Where it's like
The fuck's that supposed to mean?
it's like
Nah.
classical. Like it doesn't seem like it would come from someone who is like a construction work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think you've heard some of the hard stuff I have.
I have listened to it, but even
You've
like
checked out Ransom Boulevard?
yeah.
Yeah, that's some hard shit. What do you mean?
But
that just
still,
sounds like it
that's
came
some
from a
music. All right,
construction
I guess I used the
blue
wrong.
collar.
I guess I used the wrong word for it. But it's very where do you think your talent for creation came from?
Ah, I'd have to say my brother. My brothers, since I was a young kid, I've been listening to hip hop. Like they were into Public Enemy, NWA. So I was a kid. And I remember when Wu-Tang first came out, my brother was like, asking my mom, can I get Wu-Tang Clan 36 Chambers for Christmas? And she's like, Wu-Tang, what the fuck is that? Like,
Yeah.
and I remember hearing that album and just being like, holy shit. And hearing like Mobb Deep and just those beats, I've always loved beats. So who doesn't in hip hop? It's a really important backdrop. And
does he make music?
No, both my brothers were just heavy into music. They were just,
So why do you think you have it?
I think, like I said, it just my friend saying that shit to me.
The universe just made
I just think
I
think he just said I had a good ear for music and you should go to school or try to do something with it, And that was my end. Because that moment I didn't know anyone in the industry or any like how to make beats. So I had to go to college but I've always had the love for it in me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, met some people along the way. I got to shout out to my man, Sound Scientist. He's the dude that mentored me. He's one of my roommates. He's from New Hampshire and probably one of the illest producers ever. He'll body anyone. I'll put any money on that shit. Fuck that. But now he mentored me and at that time I was already starting to make beats and I was like making like Dipset type beats and he knew what I liked as far as like my music taste. And he was like, why aren't you making those beats? Like you're making Dipset shit. So he helped me. And one of the things back in the day, there was these blogs that would have all the samples for like the albums. So we would download all our favorite albums and have all the samples. And he would tell me, recreate your favorite beats. And I would start to recreate my favorite beats. And when I got that shit to a T, he would look at me like, I'll do that shit yourself. And the shit clicked. Like he was just training me and showing, you know what I'm saying? And the shit just clicked and started doing that same shit myself, finding samples, finding your own drums, chopping them up, and just being creative. And now I'm here.
Do you talk about like the universe and energy? Do you not think about like why you? Like why you're put in this?
I don't question it, man. I just follow it. Now, those are vibes, and wherever it's good vibes, I try to follow. You know what I'm saying?
Dizza has a lyric, and I'm gonna butcher it, but the sentiment alone is like when you stop trying to figure the universe out and just believe it.
Yes.
Then you start growing.
You gotta manifest, be positive with your thoughts. The negativity, you keep thinking negativity.
See, I'm fucked up because I'm a comedian and I'm a podcaster.
I think that's a different type of negativity. I think it's humor. It's more like
my brain just has to overanalyze everything until it makes sense to me. You know what I mean? Like I just want.
It's a different art form, man.
It is.
Yeah.
Because yours is about outward expansion.
Yeah.
Mine's more inward.
Yeah, you're right.
Support for Bucked Up is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Let me say, they sent me the Precision package, and life is so much better with aerodynamic balls. It includes the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant, the Lawnmower 4.0 Trimmer, the Weed Whacker Ear and Nose Hair Trimmer, the Crop Reviver Toner, the Performance Boxer Briefs, and a travel bag to hold all your goodies. Join over 6 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with code BUCKEDUP at manscaped.com. That's right, 20% off and free worldwide shipping with code BUCKEDUP at manscaped.com. Their 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 is waterproof and also has a 4,000 watt LED spotlight that you need for a more precise shave. Because this trimmer is waterproof, you can say goodbye to the mess on your bathroom floor. Get 20% off and free worldwide shipping on manscaped.com when you use code BUCKEDUP. Again, that's 20% off and free worldwide shipping when you use code BUCKEDUP. Let's get back into it. So how long until it became your job? Like,
I'd say like fucking maybe about like 3 years ago. You know, when I linked up with Crime, you know, my homie, him and Primo.
when you did your rebranding?
When did I'd say it was like, I think if I look at my YouTube, I dropped Excellence with ST Knack. That's maybe 2017, 2018. So that was right around that time.
Was that your first like big project?
No, I mean, I wouldn't say big because that was just a homie. Like, I don't really. I mean, he's a lot bigger now. It's beautiful to see where he's gone. But at that moment, I was just like, yo, I got this beat. You sound like you'd be fire on it. He loved it, did it. I said, yo, we need to do a video. You know, hit up my mans at the time to do the video, and it came out beautiful. And you know, had the BMW i8 on that shit.
So that was before you were rebrand.
That was right as the rebrand. I already like changed the name because my old name, I'm not gonna say what it is, but I worked with artists like Crumb Snatcher, Rex, Superstar Snuck. You know, shout out to Superstar Snuck. He's always looked out when I was really trying to grind and push my name out there. He would get like Slain on my stuff, Jason, you know, Term.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But he's always looked out.
But your rebrand.
Yeah, I don't.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I can kind of like lightly talk about it, but the name that I had was at that time was a magazine came out, a record label came out with the same name, and you know, I just got those West Side tracks, so I didn't want to drop those tracks with that name and have any confusion. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, it's about time. And when I did MichaelAngelo, you know, my name's Michael Anthony, and my grandfather's Italian. So whenever I'd go over his house, I lived right next door to him. He'd be like, MichaelAngelo. And just one day, this shit just clicked to me. And I was like, you know what? That's what I'm going to rock with. And then, like, the whole Renaissance shit, like, came apart. And it was just like the name was already there. And it was like, just perfect timing, man. Just, you know?
Yeah.
I just rocked with it, man. That's it.
When did you link up with the Manteca guy?
Let me see. So I've always been rolling with Primo and shit. That's the homie. I've known him for over 8-10 years or so. And, you know, I think him and Crime just linked up off the strength of being Colombian. He saw, you know, there's not too many Colombians doing this shit. So I think when he saw him doing some shit, he just linked up with him off the strength. And the next time I think they linked up was when Primo was doing a video with Jadakiss, and Crime came through. I met him. I talked. We did a little business. You know, got some tracks off him and continued to build with them, you know, and over the years, like, you know, we'd come out to Jersey, he'd come back out here, and I think I copped one more track off him, and he straight up told me after that, like, you good now, bro, like, you did business right, now we're all family, like, you good, and whenever you need something, just holler. And just throughout that time, we all got closer, you know, we all linked up with RLX. I would keep hearing about this Colombian producer from Divino, because he knew I, you know, worked with a lot of Colombians. So he said, I got to introduce you, and shit never happened. But I peeped one day online. I was like, oh shit, this dude's from Lawrence. And I think that's the dude that Divino used to talk about. So I hit him up, saw the music. I did a few tracks with him, kind of test the temperature and shit like that, see how he is. And a couple of tracks came out really dope. And one of the tracks was High Standards. And we kind of like, he's been doing his shit, but that was like the really breakthrough for him because a lot of people jumped on that, and then we continued to do another single, and we built Dolly. We dropped that, and that shit just it went over the world, man. Me and him get responses all over the world that just blow our minds, man. Like from the
What do you
smallest
think
country.
about your connection with him made sense?
When did it make sense?
Why do you think it
Why?
made sense?
He's a good dude, bro. You know, when you make music with some people that are good vibes and you just kind of connect, and it's real easy. It doesn't feel like you're fighting anything, you know?
Mm-hmm. But what's that? The energy Manteca? Like, what do you think it is?
That's a brotherhood, man. It's a family. We travel together. When we go spots, we're all together. I'm saying if we're not together, it's something we're doing on the side that we have to, you know. But for the most part, we're always rocking with each other. It's just a brotherhood.
Yeah, you guys do. You were telling me about going out to Colombia and doing all the. Well, you didn't do DMT.
No, I watched them do DMT though.
You will next. You will next time.
No, well, I'll try it out.
But you were telling me about what was that thing that you were telling me
I think
about?
it's called Rape. Oh, shouts to H, DJ Ache. Yeah, the homie put me onto some stuff. It's like an indigenous type drug, and it's called Rape. And I think he packs it in like this, like two prong pipe, and he sticks it in, you know, and he blows it. And it should be like.
You said decalcifies your.
Yeah, that's so. I mean, that's what I was told. You know, he said it decalcifies your third eye, your pineal gland.
How did it affect you afterwards?
Shit, man, I just felt like a lot of weight jumped off my shoulders. I think that was one of the things that kind of helped me deal with my brother's death. Out there reflecting and just actually processing it, and you know, the colors out there were real vibrant and just a lot of reflection.
Yeah,
just it was good though.
When did your brother pass?
About I think 3 years ago. I don't know the exact date.
And that was the brother that showed you music.
Yeah, well, one of them. I have two older brothers. That was the middle brother. But yeah.
Was it long enough that you are already in your making music? Like, was it?
Oh yeah.
Past 3 years ago.
Yeah,
that it happened.
I was already. Yeah.
I wasn't sure because you used, the death of your friend to,
Yeah,
help you
that was
push
real.
forward.
That was real early on. That was like right after high school.
Of course, but I didn't know if it was the same thing that was a catalyst for change.
Yeah, not yeah. I don't know. I can't really call. I can't really go on. You know what I'm saying?
No, I understand.
Just floating through life and just doing what feels right. I don't know. You know?
Yeah. And do you feel like you can express yourself the best through like that's how you express yourself?
I would say so. I mean, I think it's a channel that you can channel your energy through. You know what I'm saying? I think it's important. It's probably my way that, you know.
Yeah, you said you do it through just energy. Like, do you go into your flow state? Like, what's your like creative process?
My creative process, I just chop up a bunch of samples before time. I'll just dig. I'll have a whole day where I'm just digging, and I'm just chopping up samples and little pieces that I already hear, and I make a big ass folder. So when I'm ready to make beats, I'd sit down, and boom, start getting after it. And if that's just not working, I got the next sample. And some people will like find a beat, find a sample, start working on it. It might not work out, so then I got to go back. But that shit takes too long. So my process is real. Like,
yeah,
I'll knock out sometimes like 5 beats in a couple hours. Some days I'll only make 2 beats.
Where do you find your samples?
Anywhere, man. It's just.
Well, we're in your studio. You have a ton of records here.
I sample everything but country. I don't fuck with country.
Is there? I guess now there's more country shit being
I don't know.
Sampled. I don't like that.
It probably sounds like shit.
Yeah, no, I hate that. I hate country shit.
The only shit I can rock with country is probably Johnny Cash. He's a G.
Oh, you know who Sturgill Simpson is?
I don't. I'm sorry.
He's kind of like a modern day Johnny Cash.
Is he?
He does like that outlaw shit, but he
is he a G like Johnny? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he sings about psychedelics. Like,
right,
his shit's pretty dope. Yeah,
I like that. I like that.
See, Johnny Cash he really was about
the shit he was saying was like, real life.
It's funny when you were I don't know anything about. I didn't even know sample snitching was a thing until I way too late into this podcast.
Damn, Buck.
Like, I know.
Damn, you snitching on people?
No, I did. I asked a producer where he got his sample.
Oh, he
and
just looked at you like, what?
Yeah,
bro?
yeah.
Fuck out of here.
That's when it all clicked. But it's funny because you were saying when you started listening to music, you would look for the samples of the albums.
Yeah, he taught me, man. My
But
room.
why is it? What's the change? Like, why can't you? Like, why was it okay back then to have all the samples out, but now you can't?
You know, I can't really call it. I just think there's a lot of blog spots and a lot of they all got taken down, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I think the internet at that time was just booming with like people that just want to get that information out. And I was lucky enough to kind of like soak that all up and like learn from that shit. And
Yeah.
see like a lot of the same samples on a lot of different albums, like breaks, and just these are the classic breaks, you know. And he would also show me like, all right, this record, look at the label. All right, comes from Capitol. Look at more records, you see Capitol. All right, David Axelrod. He might not be a David Axelrod record, but look, David Axelrod played the piano on this album. You know, like look for like these small little stuff. And he taught me that. And now I just threw all that shit out the window. I just literally.
But do you think it holds back producers coming up that you can't find samples of their favorite beats now?
I mean, shit, you can find it. It's out there. If you really do the digging online, you'll find your favorite song with a sample on it. There's someone out there snitching. There's always someone.
No, I feel you. But it's worried that the label who owns the original song is going to
but that's
sue
all.
you.
That also goes back to like, you know, hip hop being on all these major labels and being at the forefront of music.
Yeah.
You know, now it's kind of we're still kind of under the radar, so a lot of shit's still flying.
Do you listen to Danny Brown?
I have.
So he was just talking about his album Atrocity Exhibition, which is an amazing album. And he said he's still in the red on that album because of clearing samples. That the samples on it were so expensive. I think he said he paid something like 90,000 for samples on it.
That's disgusting.
It was like his entire
budget.
money he got for the album went all to samples.
Don't sample Michael Jackson or Prince, bro. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's certain artists that just us producers know not to touch because it's like it's not gonna get cleared or
you'll get caught.
Yeah, just the amount of money that they're gonna ask for is just gonna.
Is it mostly that so many songs are put out that like they're not gonna find the like you can just put it out without clearing because who's gonna find that song?
That's where, you know, I try to sample a lot of international stuff. Like I'll do a lot of Russia. And they're not coming over here and suing me, right? I mean, like stuff that's like under the radar, you know. Like I just do.
That's what I meant when I used delicate before. Is your samples that you use are definitely very different and very like. Where the fuck did that come from? Especially on Real Life Experience, the album you just dropped.
I have a lot of knowledge, so I don't touch no sample that I've heard that someone's used, unless I can flip it to the point where I like it better or I know it's better, you know. Mm-hmm. And if it isn't, I'm not putting it out. So I really I like breaking samples. I like to be that first person. Like, oh shit, he was actually the first person to use that loop.
Yeah.
And I look for obscure type shit, man. Like,
what about Russian shit?
Yeah, I just told you.
But why?
Why?
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know. I think it's just like the legal, like.
No Russian's gonna come over.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I doubt they're gonna, you know what I'm saying? So maybe I'll not be able to go over there.
Something about Russian music.
No. I'm talking about just any country over there for that matter. That, you know.
Yeah.
But I'll sample French, you know, French type stuff.
Have you made music in Colombia, like when you're down there?
Yeah. I just did a beat set. I've made beats while I was down there. I brought my equipment just to kind of vibe out.
Have you ever recorded live musicians?
Live musicians, no. I've worked with live musicians.
Yeah.
But I've never actually worked hand in hand, like had them come here and record.
It would be dope, like some Colombian shit.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
That would be dope. Maybe I can sample some shit and make something out of it then.
Yeah. Well, how you said you've had this place where in your studio for a long ass time. You were telling me Can
Yeah,
you tell the story about famed female rapper?
Yeah,
That
let's
is
go. Let's
here.
do it.
All right. He told me that he had Cardi B here stripping.
I didn't. I'm gonna say my man Primo Prophet. She was out here stripping, and they were looking for a little after spot, and this is where they came. So yeah,
You were there?
yeah.
What year was this?
I can't call. It was all before.
This is before she was
Yeah, she was just stripping,
popular.
man.
Yeah.
She was just stripping.
Damn. Do you remember? Like, what was she like? Like, come on. There has to be a story about that.
She's wild, bro. Everyone knows how she's like.
Yeah, you ever seen that picture of Benny in the strip club with her like
No,
long
I
ago?
don't. We got videos though where she's shouting out Money Mob and all that shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, nah. I think we used it on a skit. Me and Primo Prophet, Medellin shit. So I think on the hook, if you hear in the background, we took some like video clips, and she's like screaming like, "Y'all know who runs Boston Money Mob?" So we used that shit in there, but I probably went over people's
Did
heads.
she tell you that she was like? Was she like, I'm a rapper too?
Nah, she was. I don't even think she was rapping then, bro. Not at all. A couple years after, if she did, I think we would kind of laugh if she did at that moment.
Yeah.
It would have been funny than to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, I'm a rapper. Like, oh, okay, yeah, okay. And boom, it's like, God damn.
Sitting on a hall of Nashville, sitting on a Cardi B song.
Facts. That shit would be a lot harder clearing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Distro Kid's not gonna.
No, that's not gonna. That one, buddy.
Today's episode is sponsored by Om with Emily. Emily is a meditation and yoga teacher as well as an astrology and tarot reader. She uses yoga and spirituality to help others reconnect with their true self. She offers in-person and virtual one-on-one sessions for all experience levels. Find her online at omwithemily.com. That's OM-WITH-EMILY.com. or on IG at om.with.emily. DM her on IG and mention Bucked Up and she'll send you a free guided meditation. That's right, mention Bucked Up and she'll send you a free guided meditation. You can find her on IG at om.with.emily. Let's get back into it. When your friend told you that your music was different, that you had a special talent, do you see where you are now?
Yeah, I'm way ahead because at that moment I wasn't making music. I was just making mixtapes. I was just picking songs that were the best songs on the mixtapes and just putting them all into one CD and just, like I said, sometimes taking an instrumental, finding an acapella and having it lined up, but they probably weren't the best lined up, because I was still learning. But yeah, from there to now, man, it's a blessing.
When you were in college, did you see where you are now?
I always had that drive, man. I had that hustle. That's one thing I can definitely say. Sometimes straight talent doesn't really cut it. You have to have a little bit of push.
Yeah.
To be, hustle and get after it.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good equal medium of the both.
Are you hard on your shit?
What do you mean? Like
are you self-critical?
Yeah, I think we all are, man. I think that's why we try to put out the best music, We try to we all have a good ear for it, but there's always like sometimes some tracks, like maybe the ones that's like your least favorite on the album that end up being like a crowd's favorite, and it just kind of surprises you. But we all got to be kind of hard on our stuff.
And isn't that's what pushes me to work harder? Is because I'm never happy. Like we were talking about this in there. There's people who get something.
Yep.
And then they're like, "Oh, you're not gonna take a break now?"
No,
it's like no.
Shit just started, man. It's just like everything you just did was practice.
Yeah.
And right now, everything counts moving forward.
Yeah, it's like you probably when you said you were talking to Wes, or like when I talked to Benny, they still talk like they're like at the bottom of the barrel, because to them they are at the bottom of the barrel.
You're right.
Compared to like in their eyes, like a Playboy Cardi or a Lil Baby who's selling out arenas. But to everyone else, they already put in the work.
Yes,
But to them, it's like, no,
you're
we
right.
just started.
Yeah, 100% right. Yeah. Like Wes was so happy that he got to perform at the AEW thing, you know? It was like, you happy about that? Like everything else you just did? Like
Yeah.
he was so proud of that, you know? So it was dope seeing him and kind of share that experience with them in that
What's your
moment.
proudest moment?
Shit, man. I have to say that West Side shit. That shit's felt like a fucking Godfather story. Telling me flip a coin, like that shit was just a crazy experience from like the front, from the beginning of the story to the end. Because like even after I got the blessings and we're leaving the studio throughout Buffalo, I was trying to find that store. We never close. And you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
Yeah, all right. So, and we never saw it through the whole time. And so we're leaving the studio and yeah, bro, let's just fucking go back to Airbnb. Went to the Airbnb and right across the fucking street was that store.
Really?
Yeah, it was just like the cherry on the top, like everything, you know.
Yeah.
You know, woke up in the morning, next day, went to Niagara Falls, go peep that out. That shit was beautiful, man.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I had to. I mean, I just drove fucking 7 hours.
No, it's only like 25
yeah,
minutes. I've gone to
22
Niagara
minutes.
Falls like 6 times.
22 minutes. I'm like,
Literally,
yeah, nah, we have to
I'm
go,
up
bro.
there.
Show some my
I
man
think
Tony.
it is a beautiful story, even the losing the coin flip, because it's like,
Yeah, I don't know, bro. My mind was blown. I was
did
just
you
like,
think it was over? Did you?
I thought it was, yeah, I think he was dead ass serious, man. Cause like at one point when he's doing the coin flip, he's in a chair, but he's got his legs up and his back's faced to me. You know what I'm saying? Like on some fucking Dr. Evil type shit. Like, and he's talking to me with the coin, and I'm just like, what the fuck, bro?
You feel like you're just waiting with his life in your
It's
hands.
pretty much. Not really, because at the end of the day, like I said, I'm still gonna get after it regardless of that.
Yeah.
You know, the homies
Well,
Crime
it's so
Apple,
crazy
Primo,
that
and
you
our
had
Lex.
that because you've created a whole lane and a musical persona that has nothing to do with that. That is a cherry on top to what
Yeah,
you've done already. It's not like you needed that to be who you
exactly.
are in music.
Exactly. And that's what I wanted. You know, I didn't want that to be like, oh, that's it.
Mm.
That's it for him. You know, like, nah, what you talking about? I've been doing this shit. I'm gonna continue doing this shit.
Now,
I'm gonna kill it.
see, you just answered the question that I shittily asked you 100 times in the podcast. Because it's like, yeah, you wanted to prove that those songs weren't like
Yeah.
a fluke or whatever.
Yeah.
You wanted to prove.
I mean, like I said, also, I mean, just people might look at that picture I posted and might think, oh, he asked Westside for the picture and he's writing this. So like just tell the backstory, like, nah, that's not what happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that moment right there with that picture is when the business got done. It was like that was that moment, man. It's a time capsule.
And he liked how you moved, just like how you're talking about Crime and Primo and RLX. They like that you moved proper.
Yeah, I think it's just mutual respect. You see how someone moves, and if it's something similar to how you move, you can kind of relate and you build, man. You know,
And you really love it. It's not like you're doing it to get a one up.
No, I mean this is my life, the culture. I've been doing this for a minute, you know.
Yeah.
There might be times where I might not even listen to hip hop. I'll just, you know, because I'm a producer at the end of the day, so I gotta take breaks from that. I gotta listen to other music, and there'll be like weeks sometimes I might not even listen to anything. Then I jump back into it, check out some albums, and I'm mostly just checking out albums to see what the producers are using for samples, so I don't touch them. No bullshit.
I like that. See, that's like a thing in comedy. A lot of comedians will be like, I don't listen to comedy because I don't want to be inspired by them. But it's like I want to listen to a ton of comedy.
So you know what not to use.
So I know, oh, they talked about that. I'm not going to talk about that. And it's funny, my jokes sometimes like get me in trouble because I try to make them so like personal and unique, like that no one would ever do it. And that gets me in trouble sometimes, but it's like that's how I create.
No, that's what's up. You know, you gotta protect your craft. You want to make sure no one ever tries to say some shit like, oh nah, this dude stole this.
Yeah, and you want to love what you're doing. You don't want to lose the passion and then it just becomes a business.
For sure. You have to always kind of take those breaks to kind of come back so it doesn't feel like a business, you know?
Yeah.
Still gotta be,
like
you know.
You not listening to hip hop for a lot. It's like, yeah, you need to give your brain a break.
Yep. You don't want to overdo it.
Yeah, that's why load up on podcasts, and then I'll give myself 2 weeks of no recording, and then I'll do like 4 in a week, and then
It's good for the mental, man.
yeah.
I also like staying off of social media, man. That's just like
That's my biggest problem is like
I think it's a lot of people's problems, man. I think we all kind of soaked up in the shit, and we're not using this shit as a tool. We're using it as like a necessity of life. Like,
Yeah.
you know, how many people wake up in the morning and go right to it
well, that's crazy that you don't even
instead
like
of
show
taking
your
time and meditating in the morning, maybe, and then, you know, going to the gym for your body and then
Yeah.
checking it out. People are literally waking up and like that's the first fucking thing they're doing.
I've been back on my grind for 2 months of every day waking up, meditating, doing yoga, and going for a run
That's
or
dope.
doing a lift.
How do you
like
feel?
amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm still not out of the like darkness I was in because it
Yeah.
was like 2 years of not doing it. But I'm starting to feel like so much less doom and gloom.
Yeah.
Like I'm happy about creating. I'm happy
Yes.
about everything because it's like
How are you eating though?
that's my problem is I need to be better because
Yeah.
I'll just like get really baked and be like, I worked out. I'll eat like shit.
Yo, weed is fucking shit will kill you, right?
Yeah. But I
The
also
food
like,
makes you got the crazy
I
munchies
like-
and you just want
yeah.
to eat garbage.
See, that's why I like good munchies.
Yeah.
You like you look pretty healthy. Like,
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There's been times I eat junk food too, man. Like,
yeah. But do you care? You think
I
about
try
that,
to. I mean, I'm trying to conscious with it. I try not to drink too much soda. There's just like certain food that I just can't have without soda, like pizza or like wings. You know what I'm saying? Like
See,
that's
Chinese food is my problem.
Chinese too
That's
with
my
soda.
problem. Yeah.
I need soda with Chinese food.
That's why I drink seltzer all the
Yeah.
time. Sponsor me, Polar.
Shameless shout out.
Hey, I went to school. You know Wachusett Mountain?
I do.
They also own Wachusett
Oh
Mountain.
no shit. I think
Yeah.
don't they have some beer? Wachusett beer?
Oh yeah, the blueberry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Drinking. Are you like? Do you think about you're drinking Bud Lights? But
Yeah, I'm just a little frat water.
yeah, I try not to. Drinking was I used to drink heavy, so I try not
Yeah,
to drink.
I mean,
as
I
much
think-
anymore.
Shit, man, I started drinking kind of young. I'm not gonna lie.
How old were you when you started smoking and when you started drinking?
Like 8th, 9th grade.
For both?
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't say like excessively, just like, you know, trying it
Yeah.
out. Like I used to fucking hate beer. I used to like have to pinch my nose. And you know what I'm saying? I just see my brothers partying and just like that was the, you know.
Yeah.
And I think as I got older, like into high school, everyone was like heavy into drinking and I was just more on like smoking shit, you know. And then I went to college, that got back into drinking. But now I'm just like just keep it nice and easy now, a few beers.
Yeah.
I don't
You're
really-
a weed connoisseur.
Yeah, I just smoke my good weed and that's it. That's it. Shout outs to
Oh yeah, we've
that
been
fake
smoking on
bougie.
fake bougie.
Got some Wendy
I'll hold it
peppercorn.
up to the camera. Hit up fake bougie _
we're
Ryan
smoking
on
some gas right
Instagram.
now.
You'll see the logos in the corner. But yeah,
Word.
smoking is what you're.
Yeah, and I love smoking weed, man. I don't think sometimes I think I want to quit, but I'm like, damn.
I think about that too.
I
if
just
I
love
wanna
it so
quit or not.
much.
Yeah.
And I stopped.
I took edibles so strong that I wanted to quit the other day.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Are you kidding me, bro? Edibles will make you like question life.
Yeah.
You're just like,
Like 1,000 milligrams and that shit.
Yeah,
like,
nah,
that just,
chill.
Shit just fucked
Chill.
me up, man.
no. Yeah, I quit weed for like a couple months trying to get a job a while back. And I remember I started smoking again. That shit just wigged me out. Like the paranoia, like I was just, you know what it was? I didn't like jump into it smoking a bowl pack or a few hits. I jumped into it smoking some OG
Oh yeah,
in a
you go
fucking
back
in a
to
Dutch. I went back to the blunt I would normally smoke, and I smoked that shit, man. And I'm driving, and I felt like I was on a fucking boat. I was like, yo, I need to get the fuck home. I went home. I was walking up the steps. I felt like I had those Nickelodeon moon shoes on. Like I was like, yo, I'm fucking wigging right now, and maybe not want to smoke weed again. And until I realized when I started smoking like every day again, that was the feeling.
Yeah, I don't like having
I
a
like to
low
have.
tolerance for weed.
No, that's why there's so many people nowadays who like, you're like smoking a joint. You're like, no, I don't smoke no more. I get too paranoid. That's where it's from.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't know. Like maybe just take a few hits and you're good, but don't
I
smoke
can't
the whole
even
joint.
smoke with girls on dates anymore
Oh yeah, shit.
because
No.
my weed like The weed's too this
What, the-
fucking fake bougie weed's too strong.
The girls getting all fucking silly,
And they'll take a hit and then they'll just be like,
all quiet and
yeah,
fucking,
it's like, damn, this is gonna be the worst. You know what I mean? I should just
Yeah.
drop you off right now.
yeah,
Like,
it's a
I can't
waste of
do a
time.
real yeah, but they can't out smoke. Like we smoke.
Yeah, we smoke
like,
more. That's why you got to bring them out, take them, out to eat, and then fuck them, and then smoke the weed. So then they stay quiet
Yeah, but
after that.
conversation
No, yeah. You smoke the weed after you fuck them in the bed, right? And then they just stay quiet, and that's like, all right, that's cool.
Asked me to take mushrooms with them.
Yeah, I can't do that.
It's like, are you serious?
No, I can't. Nah.
Like, I need to be with best friends when I
Yes,
take
hands
mushrooms. I can't even
down.
do it by myself.
And I don't like public. Like I need to be in like a room
in
like this,
the woods.
in the woods, just
In the
chill with your
woods,
homies.
yeah.
So you can just geek out and fuck.
I don't know. I see the rifle and the gas mask.
Facts. I was in Muggs' studio, and he's got some wild writing inside of his studio, and I was drinking the fungus. Shout out to fungus. That
Oh yeah,
drink
shout outs fungus.
has some of that, and I think it has some dirt in it, which is like the pulp.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting there, just started like, oh fuck, I need to get up. I had to like go outside, like
Those funguses
readjust my
get you.
energy, because inside
Yeah.
there it's just like all black with this crazy writing everywhere. I'm just fucking looking around, getting bugged out.
How was that going to Muggs' studio?
That's dope. The first time I met him was in Medellin for the Medallo trip for crime. So we got to experience that. And I think when you travel with someone, you form a brotherhood, you know what I'm saying? It's not like me just going to a studio, meeting him, and then just leaving. You go away, you're eating food together, you know what I'm saying? You're having fun together. And by the end of the trip, you bond, you become like a brother and shit. And since then, we always meet up with him when I'm in LA. I try to, and then saw him again for Cartagena for that whole album. So I got to see how they work, you know what I'm saying? And
I'm
it's just
excited
dope.
for that new album with him in crime.
Yeah. No, they got some shit on the way. Muggs taught me a lot of gems, man.
And that's where we first met, was at the Muggs
Yeah.
event.
He was here out doing a little dispensary.
Yeah.
Yep.
I won the signed bong.
Did you?
I did.
Son of a bitch.
I haven't smoked out of it.
Nah, fuck it.
Why would I? It signed and it was
Fuck.
crazy because I walked up to him. He's like, "You're the comedian with the podcast."
No shit. That's what's up.
Shit my pants. Yeah. I bet you feel that way sometimes where you're like, if someone
it's important to be yourself, because if they accept you or not, at least you yourself, man.
See, that's a thing that I'm having a problem with now.
That happened to us the first time seeing Muggs. I think, me and Buck Dudley were out there and we're kind of wild together, you know what I'm saying? So he's like, yo, Crime was like, yo, might want to chill. Like, I don't know how Muggs is like that. So, and I'm not gonna lie, it was like a day where I was kind of reserved and not really typically being myself. And at one moment, I just looked at Buck and I was like, bro, I don't give a fuck if he likes me or not. I'm gonna be myself, and just happened he likes me more when you're yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just be yourself, man.
It's true, because whenever you're not, like, I hate hiding who I am.
Yeah.
But then when people, you just have to deal with it. Some people aren't gonna like you.
Yeah.
And some people are, but
Like, keep it moving, man. Stay lost.
would you rather not like yourself and be someone else?
Exactly.
Or like,
That's a fact. Just be yourself, and if they don't like you, fuck off.
it is funny that you describe yourself as wild because you like wear the mask. You like,
I got a wild side. Yeah.
yeah.
Not as much anymore. I'm getting older, man. 36.
You're
So
calming down.
yeah, I'm calming down.
36 is not.
I lived a wild life, so it's not like
What were your
like
wild years?
high school and fucking college, man.
Mine was college and then after college.
But I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of shit that I didn't do in high school and college that I'm been doing now. I've been hitting some like raves and shit now. Like,
Oh, really?
it's fucking
I've never
crazy.
done Molly or ecstasy or anything.
Bro, me and my homie Tony, after the 1,000 Words show, we went out to a few raves. We went to one in Brooklyn and we went to one in Queens. And this one in Queens was so fucking unreal. like it was something like I would have saw out of a Vice documentary. There's shit in there that I saw that I never want to fucking see in my life.
What did you see? Come
Bro,
on,
this
you
shit
can't.
was nah.
What's going on?
Bro, just pretty much the guy when
You
he
either tell us
when,
that or how
when,
much you paid Griselda.
nah, fucking neither. The guy was pretty much saying there's like nothing else, nothing you can do in there besides like piss on the wall that they don't want. So like anything goes, and pretty much like
fuck party.
yeah, there's like all sorts of there's lesbian, there's gay, there's trannies. I'm just like, yo, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
This place is crazy.
And were you tripping?
I was doing some 2C. You know what that is?
No.
2CB.
Oh yeah.
You do?
Yeah, it's like a synthetic, right?
Yeah, it's like a designer drug.
Yes, and it's like synthetic acid, right?
Yeah, they do have no, it's not synthetic acid. It's like I don't know. It's good shit though. It's MDMA. It's
it's MDMA.
MDMA,
Okay.
like a little bit of
You
special,
hear of that?
a little bit of Special K, a little bit of.
Oh,
I think
okay.
sometimes they throw shrooms in there, or acid.
See,
So you can't trip off it for sure, but it's a rave type drug. You know, it's more like a.
So you were just like.
I was just like, what the fuck? I was there till like 7, 8 in the morning. And we left, and I'm just like, oh my god,
See,
what the fuck did I just experience? I never want to see that again in my life.
I'm pretty chill. Like I don't like staying out late like that.
I'm not either, but
coke,
just
I've never done Molly.
when in Rome, you know?
DMT, mushrooms, and weed. That's like
You say you do coke?
never.
I'm just joking.
No, I'm too hyper already. I need weed to like bring me down.
Some indica then.
Yeah, I like sativa too, but it's just like I also know that I'm a monster. Like I'm just an addictive person. Like, if you gave me
personality.
Yeah, like I used to eat $35 at McDonald's every night.
Jesus Christ.
Like I would fucking dude.
I'm pissed off of myself if I spend more than $15 at McDonald's. Fucking trash.
Ryan, I'm trying to underscore has these 1,000 milligram edibles, and I took 2 of them. And I was like, I'm just like, so I know if I start doing coke, I'm gonna just be like, a monster.
Yeah, no good. Stay away from that shit.
Man, thank you for coming on.
I appreciate you for having me. You know, reaching out, even though you said you're gonna have me on here anyways. That's dope. That's dope. Yeah, that's dope to find out today. You know, but I just felt like I needed to share that story because it's kind of a wild story. You know,
it is a wild story,
and that's why. So if you see on the vinyl, you know, side A is heads and side B is the tails. So that's why. Now you know. Now you know the story.
It's a crazy story, man. And it's just the beginning, as you said.
Yeah, no, it's fucking time is now.
Yeah, you're 36. You're young.
Yeah.
Conway.
I'm ready. I'm ready to travel to Europe this coming year. I got a lot of things coming up there soon.
What are you doing over there?
I don't want to speak on it too soon.
All right.
Just because you know.
You know Sonny Jim?
Yeah. Yep. I do.
Dope rapper.
He's been doing this shit for a minute, man.
Yeah, he has.
Good. I definitely got some fans out in England. A lot of people buy my vinyl out there, but I don't know if I'll be able to visit there. I think what I'm going to try to do is France, Italy. I think those two. And Japan. Shouts to my Japan people.
I've always wanted to go to Japan.
Yeah, now my whole Montego, we're going to be going out there soon.
Really?
I think so, yeah. We're trying to set something up. It's in the works.
I'm going to be going down to the next Colombia show, I think.
Oh, what's that? I didn't know there was another show.
The next one he does, Rick does.
Oh, yeah?
I've never been down there. I want to go down there, experience it.
You'll have a hell of a time.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, because I thought you were Colombian this whole time, but you're not.
Nah, a lot of people think that, but no, I'm Italian, man.
Yeah.
I'm Italian and German.
I'm just old.
You look
school.
Irish or
like
English or some shit.
Yeah. Everyone thinks I'm Jewish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But when I lose my hair, no one. All right. Thank you for coming on, man. This is dope as hell.
Appreciate you.
Peace out, everyone.
Yeah.